The page we'll use is a practice page. Let's take a look at that objective. On this page, the students pull the number problems out from behind the orange M&M and place them with the correct fact family, just like this. And after they've placed all of the problems, they can use the hidden answer boxes to check for accuracy. So on this page, we've got all of the boxes in place and the number problems written, and we need to take those number problems and hide them behind that M&M. If we take our cursor and we put it right above the number problems, left click and drag all the way down, we've selected all the number problems. Then if you'll click on Format and Align, I can click on Middle and watch. It groups them all together. Now I'm going to come down and I'm going to take my M&M and I'm going to click on it to select, and I want to make sure that that M&M is going to be on top of those problems. So I can either right click and go to Order, or come up here to Format and Order and click on Front. And now when I move that M&M up over those number problems, it will be on top. With the M&M selected, I'm going to click on Format, Locking, Lock, and now all of those problems are hidden behind the M&M. Now we're going to learn how to create these hidden answer boxes. And you'll notice that there's number problems in all of the boxes on this page, and this is part of that setup. I'm going to pull out the last couple and place them. And then I'm going to make sure they're aligned the way I want them. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cursor outside of my red box and I'm going to click and drag and select all of the numbers and problems in the shape together and click on Format, Grouping, and Group. So now this has become one object. And then I'm going to copy that object and paste it so there's actually two of them. I'm going to move it over just a little bit so I can tell that this is the one that I'm working with. Now with it selected, I want to make it transparent. So I'm going to come over here to my transparency tool and click on transparency and change it to 75%. So now you can see through this box. Now I need to add my arrow, so I'm going to come over to my gallery, and I've imported a content pack where I have these arrows. You can just use a regular arrow as well right here from your toolbar and use an arrow end. But I'm going to come over and take my arrow and pull it out, and I'm going to drag it over and I'm going to place it right next to that transparent box. And using my control key, I click on the arrow and then on the box. And I can come up to Format, Grouping, and Group. And now it's one. And I'll push it out of the way. Now the very last thing I need to do then is I need to make sure that I ungroup and put all of my number problems back. So I'm going to select the box and click on Format, Grouping, and Ungroup. And now I can take all of my number problems and put them back. I'll send that one to the back and push it behind, and I'll do that with all my number problems until my boxes are empty. And then I'll take a moment just to save my problems. There we go, behind it goes. Finally, you'll take that and make sure you've pushed it back out of the way, like I showed you on the last page.